Hello. Today I'm going to show you the other step of updating your website, which is backing up your site before you do updates. That was my Bluetooth speaker. So when you update your site, there was another video about that the other day, you'll probably get, depending on what plugins you have in your site, you might have warnings that you should back up. And there's plugins you can get to do backups and all different kinds of ways you can do backups. And I'm going to show you a way to back up your site that I learnt that uses your cPanel. And I think it's quite easy. But depending on the relationship you have with your website and whether you've used cPanel or not, that might all sound just, weird and unknown. So the trick is you access this through your hosting. Now, most of my clients are set up with Zuva. I'm going to be going in through Zuva to show you how to do this. But any hosting, you'll be able to go to your hosting and choose to manage your hosting. And there should be a button there called cPanel. So if you're watching this and your screen looks a bit different because you're not with Zuva and you're with a different host, just look for the cPanel button. And once you get into your cPanel, it should look familiar enough. So the cPanel page might not look exactly the same, but it should still have the same headings and a very similar layout. I hope I'm not putting you off and freaking you out already. So let's go into the screen share and we'll get into Zuva. So this is the website that we're going to back up, and we're going to go into the hosting account for this website. So here we go. We're just going to, oh, that's the wrong one. Either way, we can back up anybody's site. It's very easy. So when you get into your hosting, there should be a button, something like manage your hosting, and then you should see something like this cPanel. You click on cPanel. And now there's a thing called Backup Wizard. It's under the Files option. This is the easiest one, I reckon. We want to do a backup. So if we click that, it should take us to this. And now you can do a full backup, but the way I learned to do it, which I quite fancy, is that there's these 3 different things that you can back up, right? You can back up your home directory, your database, and your emails. So I recommend you just do each of them and then you just squirrel those files away. I mean, ultimately for like the most supreme digital security, you would have one on your computer, one on a hard drive, and one in the cloud. That is pretty high level security, and that might make good sense to you. Personally, I just keep it in my Google Drive and on my computer desktop. I don't bother with a hard drive, but why not? Definitely, if you have it backed up in multiple places, you're more covered in case your computer crashes, your hard drive crashes, or something goes wrong with the cloud. It just depends on like how critical your website is. If your website's a place that's making you thousands of dollars a day or more, and you really don't want it to crash, it's like the blood and guts of your whole business, then you would definitely be backing it up in multiple places. If your website's like mine and it's more like a place where people go to get information, maybe book a session, like if my site crashed, I'd be like, oh, that's inconvenient, but it wouldn't actually end my business because my business is more based on relationships and making connections with people, giving them a link to my bookings, having a face-to-face session. So it performs a different role. Okay, back to this. So all you do is you just click home, like the one that you're going to back up, home directory, and then you just click home directory and you see it's starting to download. That's really all there is to it. And then that file is going to be stashed in my downloads, which I would look at. I'm on a Mac, so it's in my files. It's going to come into downloads. Here it is. It's currently called unconfirmed, and it's usually a massive, massive file, and that's fine. So once you've done the home directory, you just go back, and then you go and you click your databases. You choose your database. It downloads. And the same with the emails. And so this just means everything's beautifully backed up, and if anything did go wrong with your site, you would be fine. And then similarly, in backup, you can restore. from the wizard using those files that you've got, your home directory, your databases, and that should just make it all back to how it was before. And so the way this would work is, okay, I'm going to do my updates. Before that, I'm going to come into my cPanel and I'm going to back everything up. Then I'll do my updates. If the site crashes, I can go into my hosting and I can restore it to before the updates, and you'd be good to go again. So the thing to note, another side note about your updates that maybe I didn't make clear enough in my other video about updates, is it can be useful to just do the plugins and the theme updates before you do the WordPress update. And the reason is that WordPress might update WordPress, and then the plugins and the themes and everyone might just have a lag time where their software and their programming hasn't quite caught up to the new WordPress update. So it's great if you just let the WordPress update happen a few days later. It's not going to stop the way your site functions if you update WordPress a week after it becomes available. That's not going to be a problem. It's more of an issue if you update the WordPress and all the plugins and themes haven't caught up yet, and then it starts displaying weird. Another thing you can do is just update one thing at a time. So you might update the theme and then go and have a look. Is everything okay? Okay. And then update one plugin at a time. And then if it crashes, you know, oh, okay, it was that particular plugin. Everything was fine until I updated that plugin. Then you can go back, restore it, and update everything except that plugin. And probably in a week or two, that plugin will be fine to update again. But you would do the backup before you update it, just in case. So just take that little caution with your updating. That's how you back up and restore through your hosting, through the cPanel. Just remember to pause me. I hope that was helpful and simple enough, and comment below if you have any questions. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe to my channel and like this video if you like. It just helps me to grow my account and to help serve you more through these videos. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you really soon.